Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, August 5th, 2022, 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time. You're at the pregame show. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate the regulars. I appreciate the new faces. I just enjoy this so much. And I hope that you can tell how much I love what I do. So, thank you for being here. I don't say thank you enough. I feel like I'm always asking something of you. Follow me on Twitter, hit the like button. But how about I not ask you for anything today and just say thank you? How about that? So, if you're joining us later in the day and you don't want to hear all of this housekeeping and chitty chat, you can fast forward till this says 6:30 down here in the far right corner. That's where I'll get started with indices, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. So I know I typically show y'all my notes. TCG members, I will copy my notes when I'm done. So I have notes, but I am going to copy and paste them when I'm done for TCG members only. I need to feel like I'm giving some type of privilege to our members that stick by us and are part of our family. So thank you for being here. Let's do some audio visual check. And let me say hi to my friends. Hey, Night Truck. Hey, Andre, Greg, Roger, my friend Bennett. Bennett, you know, every Friday I worry about you. I'm like, oh my God, please let Bennett stay home this weekend. I need him safe. You had those 2 bad weekends back to back. I'm like, I just need Bennett to stay home. Hey, Rick, Willow Puff. Hey, Jason, Carlos, Ed, Neb, Judd. How are you? Is it back to school time for the kiddo? Hey, Andre. It is great, isn't it? Hey, Colby. Colby, are you the same Colby that liked my post in futures this morning? I think you're the same Colby. Hey, Mel. Gregory, Bobo. We have non-farm payrolls in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you're a futures trader or even if you're doing pre-market trading, check your open orders. Make sure there are orders that you won't open. Be careful out there. Hey, Casey, Adam, Chan. Thanks, Andre. Thanks, Night Truck. Hey, Ann. Ann, that's how my middle name is spelled, Ann with an E. Good morning. Hey, Topher, Basque, Tales of the Crypto Investor, Carlos, Jojo, Epitome, Amazon. I love you, and I appreciate you. Welcome. I will try to get to that chart, Hunter, real quick. Thanks, Roger, Joey, Wiggly Worm. Thanks, Casey. I appreciate it. Hey, Lisa. You're welcome, Topher. Carlos. Paul, you should have received it. So let me help you real quick with that. Your videos. 1 second. Let me help you with that. I'll help you one. Okay. Here you go. So here is a YouTube video, Paul. Here's a YouTube video, and it shows you how to set up your chart like Dan and Lori, or basically Dan or Lori, whichever one you want, or if you want various components of each of them. So I just posted that link in the chat. I am so sorry, Paul, that you did not receive that link. Yep, that is you, Colby. I thought so. Hey, Mary, Derek, Bobby, Delta, Sam, Abraham. Aw, James, thanks. Hey, Ramon, Robert. Good, Bennett. I love you. Mike, Vasile. All right. Hey, Anonymous. So now I'm going to go back and I'm just going to look for chart requests. We have 3 minutes until non-farm payrolls. 3 minutes. If you can't tell, I'm in a very relaxed mood this morning. My dad fed me breakfast for dinner last night. He's in town. He made me tomato gravy. You need to look it up if you don't know what tomato gravy is. It is just the nectar of the gods. It was so good. And I'm happy and in a good mood because I'm healthy and I'm finally feeling better. And once you don't have health for a little bit, you get real grateful when you get it back. Okay, still looking. Is Gurn the first one? Gurn, okay. All right. Up 20% yesterday. Looks like it has earnings next week, so just be careful out there, Hunter. Be careful, it has earnings next week, the 11th. That would be next Thursday. Yes, it had a beautiful base breakout. So I don't know if y'all have heard of the turtle investors. They're some of the most what's the right word? Not infamous, but some of the best investors ever. And these great investors basically took on an experiment, and they brought in people that have never traded before and gave them very, very stringent, strict rules and said, you will buy base breakouts and then you will set your stop 10% below your entry. And here's how you'll scale out. This is how you'll exit. And they have some of the best returns in history of any investor. And this is what they basically based their entire methodology on, was base breakouts. So if you can draw a rectangle over a base that's been there, this has been there for a whole month, that's significant. It's better when it's like drawn out for months on end, but this is a pretty good one. Break over $2 was wonderful. So your next resistance is, you went over 236, 267. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, you just entered gap area. You have a gap fill up here at 615, 615. Now, that doesn't mean that these levels won't come into play, but basically this order book got wiped out here. And so you've entered into that gap fill area. This could be a nice chart, Mr. Hunter. So if you don't have a position now, I would say first 5 minute, have we gotten oversold? Yeah, 5 minute, first 15 minute oversold may be a nice entry point. Support is at 235, 232, and 225. Resistance 250, 254, 267, then 615. Now you have psychological levels between here and there. Okay. Really? Butter chicken? No. No. Non-farm payrolls. I need to stay on topic. Southern style tomato gravy is the nectar of the gods. Okay, we got a bearish. So we had a 2-hour diamond bearish reversal pattern. If you're a member of TCG, you saw that I posted this about an hour ago. This is a very bearish pattern setup. It's not confirmed until it breaks 4136. And basically, let me kind of show you the anatomy of a diamond bearish reversal pattern. If you're a TCG member, I have a video on our educational website that shows what these are. But basically, it's a head and shoulders that breaks the neck and then goes back up, EQs out, and breaks bear. So it's a failed head and shoulders, if you will. Arc hitting 15-minute oversold. I don't like those in pre-market hours. But instead of a regular head and shoulders, the diamond, which is a bearish pattern as well, the diamond one, it breaks the neck. And then it goes up, EQs out, and then down. That's the anatomy of the typical diamond bearish reversal pattern. And we've broken bear. We've broken, yeah, that's right. As the have, and okay, yeah, that's right. Gosh, English language is so tough. Your next support is at 4100 psychological, then 4092. 50, your resistance 4162. So if you don't have a bearish position on a bounce, what are the odds that we would zoom up and take out that 15-minute high and make a higher high? The odds are next to nil without news. I would say there's a 10% chance of that happening, 90% chance of a lower high. Do you understand those odds? That still means the setup could fail, but that is a very high probability setup for you to short the next bounce on ES. We have consolidation coming in. We have support down at 408450. We are still holding these 8 EMAs. At this point, it's healthy. So we don't have a ton of volume right now because we're not during regular trading hours. But I would say nothing's disturbing yet. We're approaching hourly oversold. So if we're looking for daily high or low, which at this point we are, not guaranteed, but we're looking for one, hourly oversold is typically a good place to look for that. So you're hourly oversold 4120. So you're approaching it right here, right now. And then for you to grab a potential hourly oversold, what you want to see is at least a 2-minute trend change back to the upside with a uptick in bull volume. And that's where you enter for a potential long. And then it's counter trend. So you want to scalp out pretty quickly. Okay, now let me go back. Good morning, DWZ. Yo, Daniel, hey. Hey, Hop. I'm going through and reading. Okay, I see that we have some crypto names. I'm actually going to do those first So on ES, I've given you your next key support, 4084. That is your daily high or low. All right. So we have what we need to do what we got to do right now, hourly approaching oversold. Okay. So I'm just going to stop and I'm going to break the format a little bit because I can. And I'm going to just help my crypto players because I feel like I don't have enough crypto coverage for y'all. So let's back up a little bit. So hot is hot, but that ain't hot. We don't like upper wicks of profit taking. Of course, this candle has a long time before it closes. Bulls could go fix that, but right now it's not a cute look. We broke that 2792. That is not a big convincing break. And then your next resistance over that is that 32. I'm truncating all those zeros in front of it. I'm sure you can go back and add that. So on any bounce, we're looking for a 30-minute lower high, an hourly lower high, a 15-minute lower high, a 5-minute lower high. You feel me? So we've pulled back a ton, and patient bears are waiting for a 30-minute or hourly lower high. This was a vol climax. You see that? Volume climax. So we hit that and we just have a blow off top, and now we're pulling back. That's what it looks like is happening. If you're in long, let's say you bottom fish down here and you've got a great entry, I'd say stay in long as these hourly EMAs are below you. ETC, let's look at it. And if you don't trade crypto and it's daunting for you, let me tell you, if you can trade stocks and be consistently profitable, you can do the same thing with crypto. Crypto provides a ton of opportunity. Just because it trades 24/7 doesn't mean you have to trade it 24/7. It doesn't have to interfere with your family life. You can trade it during the day and put your stops on when you're done for the day. And the good thing about crypto is these stops will work overnight as long as you have them set correctly. They will work, unlike stocks that your stops don't work after hours. All right. ETC looks somewhat comparable to hot with a blow off top. Let me go back out. Weekly, we're running into the 50 MA. We did get a higher high, but we want a trend change confirmation. And do you see the frown? Who asked me about this? Joka. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but you see the frown overhead on the 50 MA? How the slope of the EMA is pointing down. It just shows bears are in control of larger term time frames. On the daily, we're holding the 8 EMA. That's pretty bullish. We have resistance at 38.80. We hit 38.60 overnight. We have a double top right there for now. So here's the double top. And on the hourly, we're above the Great Wall of Louisiana. So on a pullback, we have enough room for hourly high or low, and bulls could be looking at bottom fishing that. On the 15-minute, we're holding the 8 EMA. Nice bull volume here. I like a pullback buy. And if you don't have a position, the first 5-minute oversold may be a good one. All right, it's 6:36. Let's get started. Officially, because again, I broke the formats, but I can. This is who I am. I'm Charcal Lori. This is my handle on Twitter. I said I'm not going to ask anything of you. So if you want to follow me, sure, but I'm not going to ask you to. You can check us out at chartguys.com. What we do is we teach technical analysis. And what I do here every morning is I rip through about 25 charts in 25 minutes. And my goal is to get you ready for the trading day. Are all of my calls and roadmaps going to work perfectly? Heck no. And if anyone tells you their calls are mint, pristine, and work out 100% of the time, they are liars, pants on fire. Okay, so ES, we broke bearish from this 2-hour bearish diamond reversal pattern. Patient bears are waiting for an hourly bounce to short. And hourly oversold is not where I would be shorting, all right? So on the daily, we talked about these gaps for weeks on end. But I want to remind you now, we have gaps below that gap. That's not it. We have a gap down here. We have a gap 369.8. Yep, we have a gap here. Does it mean these gaps are going to get filled below? Absolutely not. It does not mean that whatsoever. By the way, did someone post the jobs number, the non-farm payroll number? Oh, of course Judd did, because he's good like that. Wow, 528,000 versus the 250,000 estimate. Interesting. Okay, so we do have gaps below. I'm not intimating that those are going to, or inferring, whichever is the right word, that those are going to get filled. I just like to be aware of them, that they are below us. We are well above the 8 EMA. You see that? We got an air pocket between price and the 8 EMA. Bulls are in control of SPY. Now, when we open up, we're at 407.82. We're not. So the 8 EMA is at 407.82 and we're at 411. So we're still above the 8 EMA. But bulls are in control of this chart. And let's say that you're a frustrated bull and you missed this run. What are you doing? You're waiting for this first pullback. So these pullbacks could be great buying opportunities, but let's be patient and let's wait for trend changes on shorter term timeframes, showing us that the bulls are showing up. Speaking of futures, because we started out with ES, on August 8th, we have 6 new mini futures that will be launching. Biotech, oil and gas, really cool, different mini sectors. And it's a way for you to play the different sectors using an instrument other than stocks or ETFs. Y'all know I like my options and futures, and I love futures because my stops hit overnight, assuming that I created the stop correctly. It's going to hit overnight. It gives me more control of the trade, and it also gives me more favorable tax treatment in the US. As always, please check with your tax professional. And also, wash sell rules don't apply to futures. So, and also pattern day trading, the $25,000. If you have an account less than $25,000, you can trade micros and you can day trade those without it being labeled a pattern day trader. There are so many different advantages to trading futures. So I'm going to wait for them to open August 8th and I'm going to bring you data on it regardless, but we're going to make sure and monitor the liquidity to make sure it's something we can trade. We need a market for it. We need people to be able, if we're buying, we need people to sell to and vice versa. All right, NASDAQ. All right. Haven Peck, I don't know who you are, but you are heaven, Haven. Okay, NASDAQ potential daily bull flag. And NASDAQ, we got through that weekly resistance. I'm going to say it right today. And ES did not get through that weekly resistance. And y'all, it drove me crazy yesterday. If you were here at yesterday's show at the beginning, I was looking at a trampoline chart trying to remember which one reminded me of ES. So this is what I do every day is I go through the commodities and then I mark up the monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour, and I give technical analysis on all the major commodities. Well, yesterday in my blonde state, I forgot that I did this on silver. Remember I said that ES had a trampoline move and it was taking a late stage second level up. And I said, there's a chart that I saw this morning that reminded me of ES. So this is basically silver on Thursday reminding me of ES on Thursday, ES on Wednesday. So I wasn't smoking the good stuff. I've never smoked anything. Maybe I should try, but I was just having a blonde moment. So it was silver. So I just wanted y'all to know, Lori is crazy, but I'm not ready for the insane asylum yet. So ES, no weekly bull break. NASDAQ got it. RTY got a double top at 1919, 1920. NYM, we did not get that weekly break either. So NASDAQ was the only one to get the weekly break, and RTY got a double top. YM is far away from the weekly resistance, and ES is moderately far away from the weekly resistance. VIX. So VIX, we have a daily inside bar. We're inside yesterday's range. We're perking up this morning as we pull back. You have a support here at 21.44 and 21.21. I definitely should try, shouldn't I? Okay, yeah, ES is dropping hard. Yep, we've talked about that. Hang Seng is slightly green overnight. Lots of China headlines and Pelosi again overnight. And as always, please don't make any political comments in the chat room. I want to stay friends with you. DAX is, it's just flat. It's not red. It's not green. Look at that, 0.00. It's just nothing. So we're in nothing land in Germany. So basically, the international markets aren't giving us good clues. Right. Haven, deal. Did y'all see Aaron Rodgers and the psychedelic that he took is some type of tea? I went down that rabbit hole yesterday. He said it helped him with depression and anxiety. I love it. Okay, Bitcoin. We're still looking for that ever elusive daily higher low. We have enough room for a daily higher low compared to 20715. So we bounced overnight, but we are pulling back. Same thing. Bitcoin is not immune to non-farm payrolls. It sounds like it's an asset class that should be immune from other headlines, but obviously it isn't. And as you can see, it got impacted with a non-farm payroll number. You have resistance now at 23478. You have support at 23064, where we broke these we broke that support too, 23069, and we're bouncing. So bulls are buying this dip at 23064 as if it's a double bottom with 23069. All right, Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit stronger than Bitcoin. Yes, we're pulling back, but you see how we're above the 200 MA on Ethereum and Bitcoin isn't? See that, the purple line? So Ethereum is a little bit stronger. We have enough room for an hourly higher low compared to 1651. Gold's pulling back. All right. Gold got over the daily 50 MA, but did it? That's not a candle close above. So technically, we did not get a candle close above the daily 50 MA, and it's causing angina or just overall gastrointestinal problems for the gold bulls. So if you don't have a position in gold, let's say you missed this top fish, I would say you have another opportunity to top fish gold at 1805. 1805, your next support is at 1785. Thursday, third day. Okay. Hey, Paul, let me give you an amazing tip with trading. Just don't ask why. Just let go of it. It is so freeing. And I tell y'all this at least once a week, and y'all just don't take this old lady for her face value and my experience. Trust me. Don't trust me in picking out your husband, but trust me with trading tips. Let go of the why. It is so freeing. Let go. Trade price action. It is freaking liberating. And kids, freaking is a bad word. Oil has had some weakness. 4 hour, we had this potential bear flag. We're holding this 87.55. We had a bear flag here. We had a bear flag here. We had a bear flag here. Oil has a ton of weakness, and I got questions about this yesterday. Hey, Lori, 4 hours oversold on oil. Well, we like 4 hour oversold when we're in a weekly uptrend. We're not in a weekly uptrend. 4 hour oversold doesn't matter as much. I think bottom fishing 87.55 makes sense. We have Baker Hughes rig count today. Go check your calendar. I want to say it's at 1:30 Eastern. I'm not quite sure. But it's your favorite question, Paul. I get it. I'm going to be terrible with my grandkids, huh? My future grandkids. Grandma, why is the sky blue? Don't ask why. Just accept that it's blue. I'm going to be terrible. All right. Now, and 89.42 is your resistance on oil. Nat gas is taking a breather. We're creating or forming our second daily inside bar. So on Wednesday, Nat gas had some super lows and some super highs. How about that for TA? Very objective. Super duper highs and lows. And we stayed inside that range yesterday with inventory, and we're opening up inside that range again. I don't see a clear trade on Nat gas. Gun to head, I would say long, because we're holding the 50 RSI, looking for that daily high or low. So I think Nat gas could be a long, but I don't know that I want to initiate that trade on a Friday. Apple. Oh, Steph, you're cute. You're so cute. I'm going to practice, or I'm going to try one day to show my face a little bit in the corner, small, and see if it helps or if it runs people off. I'm going to see if it takes up too much real estate with my big head. Okay, so Apple. So in my notes, actually, I commented on this. Looks just like ES. We had a bearish diamond reversal pattern on Apple, and we've broken bear. So Apple and ES looked exactly the same this morning. Okay, well, Lord, I'm long-winded today. It is just one of those days. Thank God y'all love me no matter what. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if y'all can, I know y'all can see this. Y'all see this is Apple 2 hour. Do y'all see how similar it looks to ES? And this magnet off when I draw stuff. It's a pain. Okay. That's cuter. Did y'all see this? You see how Apple, look at ES, bear break, Apple bear break. Do y'all see that? Excuse me. Apple bear break, ES bear break. Now, Let me show you something else that's cool. NASDAQ and Amazon. Yeah, we'll probably have to get some mega people involved and shrink in my head. Okay, Amazon. This was very fascinating to me. So Amazon is the largest holding in consumer discretionary XLY. It's a component of XLK, but is a much larger component of XLY. Apple is the largest component in XLK and or NASDAQ. But guess what? Apple and ES look just alike this morning. And guess who were the other twins? Amazon and NASDAQ. Yeah. And if you get lost on what I'm looking at, you can look right here. NASDAQ 2-hour. Over here, Amazon 2-hour. Do you see how they did not have the diamond bearish reversal patterns? They're still breaking bear, but they looked exactly alike. I thought that was interesting this morning. I'm not used to seeing that. We typically see Apple and NASDAQ really closely tracking, and this morning it was Amazon and NASDAQ and Apple and ES. All right. So on Apple, we had that two-hour bearish diamond reversal pattern. You have resistance at 166.20 and 167.19. We could see some healthy consolidation come into this area. We broke this 16648 resistance by 72 cents yesterday, and then we recoiled. So we have a gap below to be aware of at 157.64. I'm looking for a consolidation. Night Truck, thank you. Thank you for the great attitude and support. I appreciate it. All right. Y'all have no idea how many wonderful people we have in our community, like stellar people. Okay, NVIDIA. I'm going to sneeze. When I get happy, I sneeze. My husband makes fun of me. I'm really about to sneeze because I'm so happy. Okay. Get serious. 193.37 is your resistance on NVIDIA. And yesterday we hit 192.74 and we're pulling back. We are entering an area of resistance. Wait, where did I put that 200 MA? Was that Apple? Sorry, y'all, I have to go look at my notes. It was Amazon. So let me go back and look at that. I did the comparison, but I didn't show you what I wanted to show you. Do y'all see the purple line? That's the 200 MA for Amazon. We're right up here in that area and resistance at 14594. Amazon has gone up 16%. We look at this. This is the weekly performance. So right here, you see 1 week performance. Amazon's gone up 16% in the last week. So if I'm looking for a name to short, I want one that's getting gassed. These bulls have to be gassed and tired. We're up at the daily 200 MA and we're up at resistance at 145.94. So I think Amazon's a good short, but I don't want to lose sight of Amazon's a big old bull. Now look at NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA, the distance between price and the daily 200 MA. We're much farther away. Now, Amazon had good earnings and NVIDIA hasn't had earnings. They have earnings August 24th. Me too, Mary. We need to start a group. We need a, type of group? A support group on those that love semiconductors. So we have resistance at 193.37, 196.19. We're entering a pretty strong zone of resistance overhead. Tesla. So Tesla got over that daily 200 MA. You go, boy. They had their stockholder meeting yesterday. They approved that 1-for-3 or 3-to-1, whatever stock split, which I think at this point, investors are looking at as a potential gimmick because of the way price responded. You can't just keep splitting. Well, you can do whatever you want. You're Musk. But you're going to keep splitting stock. It's not like you're adding true value to the stock. It's just a calculator game. It's just a math game. You're not adding value. So I think that these bulls are getting tired up here. We have key resistance at 195.50. I would look to short Tesla today. Crypto fell off a cliff. Let me see. Broke that 23.064. Yeah, I guess. You know, do you know why I hem hauled right there? Look at that volume. I mean, this was volume on the initial non-farm payroll announced, but this ain't nothing. When I want to see a real cliff dive or waterfall, I want to see volume escalating to the max capitulation versus de-escalating, which we have here. All right, let's go to AMD. AMD. So AMD is pulling back. It had bad earnings, or I put bad earnings in quotation marks because that's subjective, but it wasn't perceived to be great. It pulled back. It had a stabilizing day, and then yesterday it had a runner. So I was looking for first 15-minute oversold on AMD. Looks like I'm not going to get that trade. It happened in regular trading hours. So possibly the hourly 50 MA at 98.88. Let me set an alarm. Tell me when it gets to $99. I may be interested in a long on AMD. It had a great run yesterday. First Solar. So it's still green. Y'all know what this means. Holding 50 RSI, squeezing. Look at that. Beautiful. If the market can try to bounce today, which is not looking promising, we're getting closer and closer to that 4084 daily support on ES. First Solar would be a name I'd look for long, and MELI would be another name I'd look for long. We are not at 15-minute oversold yet. They killed earnings up 16%, and then look, this is a Jason special. Look at this chart guide, Jason. Look at that sideways action. Oh, beautiful. Y'all look at that squeeze, that high compression squeeze. Really high compression, just sideways. So even if we were to break bear out of this sideways action, breaking bear into a 15-minute oversold, I think could be a dip buying opportunity. If you're not a regular options trader, don't touch this with a 10-foot pole with options. The spreads, you could drive a full Kenworth Peterbilt Mack truck right through those the spreads. So please be careful with options, but I think this could be a long. Now has had a run. Look at that. Run. So I think a first 15-minute oversold could be, Jason, yeah, you are. So a first 15-minute oversold on now could be a great back burner trade. And finally, Roku. Roku didn't work for us yesterday. I guess it did. So here's my big square rectangle I drew yesterday. So this was the rectangle I drew yesterday saying we're looking for a daily lower high compared to the daily 50 MA and the resistance level of 88.49. We bounced pretty good yesterday and got an upper wick of profit taking. So let's see if this trade will work out today. This is my Queen of the Mountain trade. I don't see a better trade out there. Now, I'm not going to be as blonde to call this a rising wedge because these higher highs are getting follow through. However, y'all know how I love when we run into the 4-hour 50 MA, daily 50 MA. Hourly 50 MA is below us, but I think top fishing this 15-minute resistance of 82.75 makes sense on any bounce for a Roku short. You like my truck driver voice? My dad sold Kenworth and Peterbilts growing up. I sound like a trucker? 10-4, good buddy. Breaker 1-9. My dad had a CB2, so he sold diesel trucks and I had to clean them and pressure wash them. All right, I'm going to look at JetBlue for General Chow. And let's short American Airlines today. My husband is stranded in Texas, so let's short AAL today. I'm just kidding. We do have a squeeze. We did have earnings. We did get a daily higher high. We don't have a trend change confirmation, daily higher low, higher high. This actually looks like a megaphone. Do you see it? Let me be a little more accurate. I'm part of the chart, guys. We don't do things sloppy. Let me see if I can make this a little cleaner on the 12-hour. 4-hour? Daily. So this is what I'm looking at. This isn't clean, but I just want to give you a general idea. If we go out to the weekly, we could probably see outside bars. So what's happening is we're getting higher highs without follow through, lower low without follow through, higher high without follow through, and that makes you look for a broadening formation. So this could be a topping pattern. We hit 873 yesterday. We had resistance at 870, 872. So we just double topped at that area. Your next resistance is 894. I would look to top fish this general. CVNA. You did? My dad is a diesel mechanic, so I grew up around Caterpillars and big diesels whole life. Carvana, that is a bearish engulfing candle yesterday. So obviously we had earnings, and yesterday after hours, what a mishigas of crap. 37.97, 40.26 is. I don't like this. Come on, give me a bounce to short against $38. I don't like it at all. You know what's more likely to happen today is we stay within $38 and 30.15, the earnings reaction. Now that happened in after hours. So the actual daily inside bar support 3209 to stay in daily inside, but odds favor you're just going to stay within this earnings reaction. Let me show you what that would be. We're almost at the 0.382. So maybe around $34 you could look at selling an iron condor, because this looks like it could stay range bound all. Slow devil. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Non-farm payrolls, whatever it is, bad news is good news. Good news is bad news. The market prices in so many things that we anticipate, and once we get what we anticipate, it's like, okay, we already priced that in. Now let's move on to the next thing. So we don't really know what the market's thinking, so all we can do is react to price action and anticipate probabilities. All right, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me this week. I won't ask you to hit the like button. If you want to on your own, then God bless you. Thank you for being here. Use stop losses. TCGers, I'll see you in the room, and I'll be live midday today. I'm going to run out and see my daddy for coffee and grits, and then I'll be back in the room in about 45 minutes. Love you all. Use stop loss.